ask Al Fullerton from Aliom. He joins us at our Sydney CBD studio. Give us your thought on this, Al. Could this impact the debate? Could it raise the uncertainty levels amongst mining stocks again?
Morning, Brooke. Look, it certainly is going to be an interesting debate tomorrow night. Now, let's remember it does actually coincide with the Chef Grand Finale, so it's really going to be a Gillard Abbott versus Adam and Callum for the ratings. So, look, it will be...
Which one you're going to be watching, just in case you get him. I won't ask who you're watching.
Right, and I'll keep that one to myself. Look, it's going to reignite some debate there. Let's not forget that obviously China is really driving this bus. In terms of the commodity sector at the moment, it will reignite some topics. We know that the Gillard government has certainly shown some negotiations in terms of their stance on this, but it certainly is going to bring it back into the spotlight as we start to try and find a happy medium in the light of this upcoming election.
It's not going to go off the radar, though, is it? Viewers are pointing out to us, we don't know the assumptions about the prices or the volumes that they underpin the estimates, which are locked into the budget of the government. So as much as they try to neutralise the issue, really, it cannot go away because of the budget numbers.
No, it can't go away, and as I said, it's the number one sort of topic for the upcoming election, and it's going to play a massive part in it. So it is going to unfold. We have our earnings season coming up in August as well, which is going to put some more pressure there, or some more limelight on the sector. So it really is going to be this hot topic of conversation. And again, as I said before, let's not forget China. They are remaining a real hot topic in terms of their growth and their outlook. So the resource sector and the focus on that sector is not going to go anywhere.
Now, Al, I'm going to put myself out on a limb here and say I think the European bank stress test will be a complete anticlimax. People will use it as a data point. They move on because from all the experts we're speaking to today, there's an issue of credibility, questions about the transparency, and certainly, whether the bar's been set too low. Do you think we're poised for any surprises, market-moving surprises tonight?
I think that the results of the stress test, while there may be somewhat of a PR stunt, as you said, a lot of people are saying the bar may have been set too low. At the same time, investors globally have been waiting for this. This has been in the calendar for a long time. So there will be importance in the sense that regardless of if the outcome is seen as not really being too objective, the uncertainty that has been shrouding the sector will be somewhat alleviated, and hopefully some confidence restored there. So I think we've obviously seen some data coming out that the Greek banks, the Spanish banks, the Portuguese banks, the Irish banks, they're all in the real hot seat. We've seen Hypobank obviously this week coming out looking like they're going to fall short by about 2 billion euros. So it really is going to be the fact of let's wait and see if there are surprises, which there could well be. The market, I don't know whether they'll take it into their stride or they're going to react badly, but for the global consumer and investor sentiment and to get more of a positive vibe from the Eurozone sector, we need to tick this box.
Okay, let's hope that it doesn't give any nasty surprises. What about the key takeaways from the US session overnight for the session in the day ahead for us today, which is underway?
I thought the regional banks in the US performed very well. We had a mixed data session overnight, and that's really, it's been the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday reporting season in the US. Really covered most of these major stocks. We've got a couple more tonight, McDonald's and Ford. But it was a mixed session there. There was some positive home building news coming out there, still in decline, but not declining as much. We saw some more risk appetite coming onto the table there. So look, it was a real positive lead from the US, but that really came from the positive lead from the Eurozone. And I thought an interesting point there was the UK. The UK retail spend numbers that came out. Now, we saw them increasing by 1% in the month of June. That follows a 0.7% rise in the month of May. Now, just as we do with negative data, when we have positive data, we have to wait for a trend and also look for what's caused this. And let's remember that obviously football fever gripped Europe for the month of June, and everyone was buying paraphernalia. Everyone was buying flat screen television. So while there was a positive retail sales and it seemed like a positive outcome for the UK economy, we also must remember that everyone was out there spending away on footballs.
And can I ask as well, Al, in terms of the day ahead as well, Woodside has put out its production numbers. I'm not sure if you've got a chance to go through them. You might have been on your way to the studio. But
yeah.
One thing I've noticed is that analysts are starting to talk about the fact that the company's dropped mention of the end of 2010 target for the financial investment decision on that second train at the Pluto LNG project. Previously, we've seen them very clearly state the target and the end of 2011 target for the third train. So people are trying to gauge what's happened to that guidance on that second train and the third train as well. Production fell about 10%. They've reaffirmed the annual production guidance. What's really what's important for people to try and get to the bottom of in these numbers from Woodside, do you think, today, when you get a chance yourself as well?
I think that certainly we knew that production was going to fall. I think a cautious outlook is a very positive thing. We have to remember with these liquid natural gas plants that there seems to be these perennial blowouts in terms of time frames and in terms of budget spend. These are often located in areas that are extremely hard to get to, and time and time again we've seen these delays come on board for a lot of these players there. So to me, it's Woodside's been a stock which has been quite heavily shorted of late. I think the outcome, at least they're being conservative, but it's one of these key risks when you're looking to play in the LNG sector.
Thanks so much for joining us today, Al. Appreciate your thoughts.
Thanks, Brooke. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. You too. That's Al Fullerton there from Aliom Financial.